Da-da-do! Here we are, man. I just got rid of a couple of dogs. These the 5 I got left. This is just something I decided to show y'all before we get started with this weekend at Jump Street Kennels. Man, hit that subscribe button at this moment if you ain't already a subscriber. Please and thank you.
Everyday routine. Look, I'm getting big. Hold on, you can see the muscles coming in the side. Yeah, this girl getting nice and thick for y'all. No health problems.
Da-da-do! You tuning in to another weekend at Jump Street Kennels. And this one's going to be very special. This will be my first story time. And this story time will be my journey on being a dog breeder. Stay in tune and watch this video all the way to the end. And subscribe if you ain't already done so. Da-da-do!
Da-da-do! Jump Street Kennels new setup. Patches. Welcome to Jump Street Kennels, man. And today is gonna be your first talk time. Check me out. This is your Master Man from Jump Street Kennels. Alright, y'all. Today this video gonna be a little different. Today this gonna be my first video of this kind. Today this gonna be my first. Well, let me move this camera because I don't like how right there. Yeah, today gonna be my first, I'm gonna say like story time or talk time. Today, I'm just gonna be doing a little bit talking. Cause I some of the people commented and let me know here on Jump Street Kennels, we do most videos, well all my videos basically be about all my dogs. So today this video I'm gonna be doing a little bit showing basically a lot of just me right here. So for those of you guys who are not dog breeders or who are not into dogs, this would be your time right now for you to go ahead and get about this video. Because right now, you tune in to Jump Street Kennels and we finna talk about these dogs. We finna just talk about bullies in general. So, like I say, man, this video is kind of like my, it's kind of like, you know how when I do my interviews, hey, I'm gonna put my warnings and all this in there before, man. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Warning. Anything you see in this video, man, you may see laying around in the hood, nigga, crib, trap, or whatever you want to say. Most of my videos, I try to be professional. But right here, I'm not being professional. I'm being me. Letting y'all YouTubers get to learn and know who Master Lord is. So with that being said, first thing first to Master Lord. Before we get into this topic, let me flake my weed up real quick. Today, we're going to have an interesting topic. Alright, today, I'm just going to talk about my journey as a dog breeder. I ain't going to say American bully breeder, because I ain't start off as American bully breeder. I'm going to start off as a dog breeder. I started off as a dog breeder. Most like any other people, none of my dogs had paper. So, man, well, let me just get back into it. Well, I ain't start off as American bully breeder. I started off as a pit bull breeder.
I love the game dogs. The game dogs, man, they had my soul at one point in time. I'm talking about, you can ask my mama. Man, my mama used to just come around through the house and just used to find random dogs. I used to just have them hidden in the closet or under my bed or in the kitchen under the sink where the pots used to be. Mama used to just be opening up drawers and just finding dogs everywhere. I was just like a dog man. Like, it's just always been in me. I used to love the pit bull terriers. My dad put me on to them back when I was a young kid, growing up on the west side of Chicago, man. I used to have this dog, Stitch and Pit. Me, him, and my cousin Bud, man. That's on my Jump Street Kennels team now, man. Shout out to cousin Bud, man. Yeah, man. But like I was saying, bro, and we had the pit bulls or whatever. I love the game dogs. I fell in love with the drive, the agility, the athleticism, and it was just like it was up from there. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna be showing a little clips or a link or something to my old YouTube page from 10 years ago. I was messing with the dogs for like 10 years, but then it was a kid thing. Like, when I grew up, I started venturing other ways, having kids or whatever, and I really feel back from it. Got rid of all my dogs for a good 10, 11 years or whatever, raising the kids up or, just living life. So I'm going to say like in 2018, I felt a new love for dogs. I'm going to tell you how it went about. I was was watching the DDK kennels with the Hawk and Marlin and all them. I was watching that kennel for years or whatever. The world biggest pit bull. I loved that dog, man. That was a nice big dog. He jumping through windows. He doing everything that a pit does. And the pit is like a small dog. And he was like big. And I used to always want a nice big dog because of my pits was game pits. They were small. It wasn't in their genes for them to get big. So that was fascinating to me. Then I ran across Killinois Kennels page. They had like a dog called like Ghostface or Gorilla or something like that. I don't know. I just remember it was the white dog. But what you call that? And once when I got to seeing that these dogs, them was called bullies. I used to always think of a bully as a little short, small little bulldog, smashed in face, because I used to always run across exotics and micros. Once when I found out that it was a pocket class, I'm like, oh man, these dogs are like smaller pit bulls, just bigger. Same athletic, they could have the same athleticism. Man, they could have the same drive, attitude, and all that. So it was basically like the newer, improved pit bull, just without the bad reputation. So I'm like, you know what? I like that. So in like 2018, it was like the ending of 2018, the beginning of 2019, it was still cold outside. I remember like it was yesterday. I hit this guy Lewis up, man. I went out there and I bought I bought a bully from him face to face because prior to that, I ended up trying to get me an American bully. I knew I was going to get scammed. I probably meant it was a fake site and all that. It's a website I Googled and all this. And I sent the guy $500 through PayPal. But luckily, my PayPal account let me get my money back. But my bank, Capital One, still negative me. So I did take that loss. So, but, as everybody, you take downs. You take losses and you take wins when you're trying to get into the dog game. And that's just me sharing one of my losses with you, which I'm going to share plenty of more. But so like I was saying, I ended up buying that dog. I should have a clip of him in the background, even though I don't have him anymore. I sold him or whatever. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I should have a glimpse of him playing in the background. But what happened was, I had wanted to get back into the dogs in like 2018, but it just wasn't my time. I jagged the situation. I had a nice dog, a nice takeoff point, everything going for myself, and I just jagged it. I just wasn't ready. So that's why I'm going to say like in 2020, 2 years later, when it came down to it, and when my opportunity presented itself, when I bought my boy King Ghost, you should see a glimpse of me buying him in the background playing too. That's why when it came down to me buying him, I didn't jag the moment. I had to wait, I had to wait, and when I got it, I wasn't gonna play with it, and I didn't play with it, and that was my starting point for my taking off. So that's why Ghost is my number one dog. He's the star of this channel. Man, he's my son. You know how people say I don't give my dog special treatment? I lied. I give him special treatment. That's my boy. But, you know, enough about that. Let me go ahead and finish, telling you guys about my journey. So, all right, now that we talked about Rico, my first bully, we talked about Ghost. All right, I had a whole kennel set up, right? This was back when I was, I got to be having a whole bunch of camps set up. I had a camp set up, like on 79th. Over east somewhere, right? I ain't gonna give up the direct location, but I had just got my whole starting lineup going. I had Ghost. You should see a picture of my girl Reese right there. I forgot the bloodline of Reese. I should go look at her paperwork. She was a nice light try. Man, my first try. Well, I ain't gonna say my first try. I'm gonna say my first legit try with paperwork. So, then I had Sandy. You should see a picture of Sandy. Should be popping up too. That was my first muscle tone dog, man. That was my first muscle tone, man. Now I'm gonna tell you a story. This story ain't gonna be a good one, man. So that was my first. That was my starting three lineup. I had my boy King Ghost. I had Reese, and I had Sandy. Now let me tell you a tragic. This is another one of the losses I took as a dog breeder. I had all three of these dogs. Reese was just finna go into heat. Sandy was just a couple of months, and she was like progressing very well. I wasn't there. I'm not even gonna say who was there, none of that. Long story short, all three of my dogs came up missing. So with that being said, I ain't had no dogs no more. My boy from D-Line Kennels, he was hitting me up trying to tell me about dogs. I asked him, I hit bro up like, bro, don't even tell me nothing else about dogs. I don't even like dogs no more. I was sick. I'm talking about I was hurt. My boy Q from Q Kennels, he was telling me stuff about his breedings. I ain't gonna say I was hating on him, but to be honest, I was like, I really didn't care what nobody else around me had going on with their dogs anymore. Even though I knew that they'd give me a dog and put me in play, I just lost out on so much. It was like, I was like, man, I would never get another starting three lineup like that. I can never keep going from here. It's over with. Me as a dog breeder is gone. Every time I tried, it was over with. And it kind of hurt it because it's like, as a kid, one of the biggest reasons that I gave up on being a dog breeder was because we used to mess up the house. My mama, she owned the house. And we used to like put holes in the wall and all that. So one year we didn't mess the house up so bad. I had 2 dogs pregnant. And my mama told me like, yeah, my mama and daddy like, man, you ain't getting none of this money. We finna fix the house back up. That we did. But still in all, they still hit me with a lot of bread, especially at that age. But at the time I was hurt. Like I was thinking like these was my dogs. I should have been able to woo. But my mama was buying a dog. I was too young. They actually did more than what they should have did. I was just too young. But you live and you grow. So with that being said, that was why I gave up then. Then I gave up now. I was just like, man, dogs just it's just not for me. So I had gave up on dogs, man. It was probably like a good 90 days. Out of nowhere, my boy from D-Line Kennels hit me up like, hey, Lord. Hey, I think this your dog, man. And I know the nigga who got him. What? I'm thirsty. He text me. I call him. Bro, he sent me a video. I hang up, watch man, it's my dog. Woo. Man, shorty, how you want to play this? He like, man, I could just tell a nigga, man, I know who dog this is, this, that, and that. I'm like, no, gang, don't do that shit, because then he might try to hide it. So I tried to, everybody was telling me what to do in legit ways, right? So, me, I just told the man, meet me at the kennel. At my vet that I was going to, who got all their paperwork, DNA and who I got micro tagged and tell them come up there, I want the AI. And then, you know what I mean, have them give me my dog back. Whole time, he ain't go for it. The plan got ruined. My boy from D-Line Kennels ended up hitting him up. Then me, him, and Kill from Kill Kennels, all three of us talking to him. Long story short, we was able to come up with a plan and work something out. I gave him another little puppy. I got Ghost back. I never retrieved my other two dogs. But the moral of the story is I took a loss. But the thing was, I got my most important dog back. I had Ghost before all them. Ghost was like, that was like my son. So once when they got him back, I had a little hope. For a second, I wasn't really even getting no dogs. That's when I had got my game dog, Karma. I should have a video of her playing in the back. I had got her just to, you know what I mean, get back to my old roots and start getting me some pits again. I wanted some pits like, man, I'm finna train these dogs to be aggressive so can't nobody steal them. I didn't even know that my boy Ghost was so young that he had potential in him to be a guard dog like he is now. So I had grabbed her. Then I'm going to say I ended up grabbing Hennessy like a month right after that. And you should see a video of these was like the ride home, me back with Hennessy or whatever should be playing in the background. Then I had grabbed Hennessy. So now I'm like, okay, I got the kennel back up and running. But I didn't know if Hennessy was going to turn out to be as quality as she was because in her paperwork, she was just an average dog. It wasn't no top guns in her pedigree. Like, you ain't see no Magoo, no Mr. Bean, no Dax, no Rocco. You know what I mean? You ain't see none of the dogs that people gonna be looking for. There wasn't no famous bloods really in us. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I raised her. It turns out Hennessy ended up being a puppy of the year. Hennessy passed her first heat. I ain't breed her, nothing of that. You know how that go. I'm one of the guys, I wait until the second heat. I let my dogs raise up. You know, my dogs are like my kids. You don't want your kid having a baby as a teenager. So why would you do that to your dog when she first started having her periods or whatever? So that's how that worked it. I ain't breed her or whatever. So now I got Hennessy, everything up and going again. I'm gonna say I had grabbed a couple of dogs in between time. I might have some of the footage that I'm just popping up in and out throughout the video. I had grabbed some of those, but then I end up driving pretty far. I forgot where I drove to. I went and got my dog La Diva. Man, La Diva, she was a dog. Like, she was kind of aggressive when I got her, and she only knew Spanish. Oh, man, it was a hard adjustment. Man, but we got to it. Man, and I'm going to say sometime in May. Man, I don't know what happened. It ain't even get that hot yet. I had the AC up there and all that in my dog room. I came home one day and Diva had died, cause of death. I guess she overheated or something. That's money down the drain. That's another loss as I took as a dog breeder. Still, after all the losses I took, you feel me? I still ain't got no puppy. Steady putting money into this and I'm not winning nothing. And Hennessy's still too young to breed. So, I was all, you know what I mean? I was just messed up right there in a tight little spot. So I ended up running through a couple of more dogs, like Sahara, or that what used to be her name, the one I gave to my cousin Bud I was telling y'all about out west. The video of her should be playing, and I might have a picture of me and Cuz and my pops popping up in the background too. But like I was saying, you know, I ended up grabbing some more dogs in between time. So one of my boy West hit me up, right? He hit me up with a proposition like, "Hey broski, I got this white bully over here. She like a classic, and
well, I forgot the bloodline. Her name's Sativa or whatever. He was like, look, she in heat. He like, I really wasn't even from the breed or whatever, this, that, and that. We work something out. Well, I get the dog, I breed her, we split the litter. I give him half the puppies, I give him the dog back. That was really just so I can get my first breeding in. So me and him, we do that, bam. Cool, check. That's how Patches get born. If a picture of Patches should come up, those of you guys who are followers of the channel, you should know, you should see her. I be having her on the treadmill. I be doing all my training, most of my training videos with her. So that's how Patches came about. But when Sativa came, my dog Karma came into heat. Now Karma, I bought her, you know, after the situation with Ladiva, of course. I bought Karma from my boy David or whatever. I drove to Indiana. You should see a picture, the video of me getting Karma. She was mean as hell when I got her. Like, over mean. Like, I'll come up to the cage, she'll be barking at me. But, long story short, we end up getting her through her difficulties or whatever. She ended up being cool. But when Sativa came in heat, she brought Karma into heat. So when Karma came into heat, I made it her with Ghost. And that's how Deja Vu came into play, Casper, you know, that bunch, my Murrah. So that explains how I got them. So, you know, like, my journey as a dog breeder, it just keep going. Like, when I first got my dogs, everybody was saying, hey, when your dog had puppies, hit me up and let me know when she had puppies. I'm gonna say the difficultest thing about being a dog breeder is actually selling the puppies for the amount that you should be selling them for. At the time, I had only sold pit bulls for like $100, $200, probably $500 at the most. So I ain't never really sold no dog for no money. I ain't had no clientele for no dog for no money. Just cause you got good quality dogs, that don't mean you gonna have good people who want to spend quality money on them. You gotta know people who got $2,500 to spend on a dog to sell a dog. So that was my thing. So once when I did have those litters, even though they were small litters or I only didn't got a chance to keep little puppies off of them to sell or whatever, like I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of difficult to sell the dogs. Even though you guys seen me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and my dog sold out fast, yeah, I'm gonna say the longest I kept the dog, one of my dogs, until it turned 10 weeks. But I posted them for sale at 6 weeks. So I'm gonna say the longest it took me to sell one of my dogs was 4 weeks. But man, okay, everything got sold or whatever. But that's the most difficult thing about being a dog breeder. Like, when you jump into this business, you got to make sure that you gaining clientele and gaining people and keeping your name in this dog world around. You feel me? Because if you don't, it's going to be hard. Then the next thing I was going to be like, the hard thing be about meeting people. So with that, I wasn't no social media person. Like, I didn't get no likes. I don't know how to get no page to busting or none of that. So it was surprising to me when I made a YouTube and I started, and my YouTube started going up. Like, as you can see in the background, it should be playing. Me and my son, we did how you feed your dog raw meat. It got 11K. And here go just a bunch of videos of my videos doing some Ks. You feel me? So it kind of took off a little fast. You know, right now I'm still not to the point where I can get paid. As you can see, this how many more subscribers and followers I need. Subscribers and watch hours I need to get paid. So those of you guys who are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe and like button and that bell notification. Man, please. And what I was going to say, and those of you guys who are subscribed, bam, look, you can see this. You see the numbers? All my views are coming from people who are not subscribed. So, and a lot of my subscribers are not returning to watch the videos. They may hit the subscribe button, but they're not returning. So if you are a subscriber, I need y'all to tune in, man, and watch some of these videos all the way to the end and help me reach my goal. And for those of you guys who are watching and you guys don't know nothing about me at all, man, hit my subscribe button. Go watch my videos. I got a lot of good
content, information, dog shows. Man, I teach dogs how to train, run on treadmills. Man, I got a dog store on how I sell things for dogs, like training videos, obedience. I'm talking about just anything from dog setups. I do interviews where I come around to people's neighborhoods and I interview you, let you show off all your dogs and let you talk your shit at the end. Come as you please. You feel me? So I got a lot of segments, and this my first talk show. Talk video. So right here, you know what I mean? Ain't none of this, like I say, none of this be scripted. Like when I first was finna make this video, I was kind of nervous. Like, what the hell am I finna get on here and talk to these people about? Or something like that. So it just go with the flow. So for those of you guys, you know what I mean, who not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. And man, this wrap up, man, the video, man, of my journey of a pit bull, of a dog breeder in general. So, as you can see, man, I'm still on my journey. I ain't made it to the top yet, but I'm on my way. Stay in tune. Master Lord. Go add us on Facebook at Jump Street Kennels, man. Share some of our pictures and videos. Man, clap that page up for me. Man, hit us up on Instagram. Share, like some of our pictures and videos. Thank y'all for watching this video to the end.